Hey, freshmen, back on track with the vocab videos. Got my webcam working again, thanks to Mr. Mangus. So I'm going to give you information on lesson 10. Now, because I only get 15 minutes on a YouTube video, and we have 15 words, I'm going to have to talk fast. You may have to review. All right. Fallible, an adjective, it means capable of falling. All right. Sinning. All right. All of us are fallible. Nobody is infallible except for, of course, Christ. Number 2, fallow means unproductive. Nothing is coming from it. Nothing is being produced from this source. If the ground is fallow ground, it means nothing is growing on it. Okay? Weed cover, well, maybe not even weeds. Okay? Nothing is coming from it. Farcical, farcical. Farcical is the adjective form of farce. A farce is overly done, comical reproduction of something, some other play or some other show. In Midsummer Night's Dream, a group of tradesmen put on a play, and it's kind of early Romeo Juliet sort of thing, but it becomes farcical because they overdo it. It's supposed to be a tragedy, but they end up making it a comedy. Okay, so farcical. Fatalistic is word number 4. Fatalistic means that everything is left to fate. Whatever fate decides, that's the way it's going to be. It's been determined by the fates, so it's a fatalistic outlook. Well, if that happens, fate planned it that way. All right, fatalistic. Usually, it's very dismal outlook. To fawn, number 5. Now, there's a noun, and that's a baby deer, a fawn, or the verb form is what they're wanting from you here. The verb form, if you fawn over someone, you give all your attention to them. Oh, you're this. Oh, you're that. You're kind of, trying to ingratiate yourself to them. You're just trying to getting good with them, with the person you're fawning over, and so kind of kissing up to them, if you fawn over them. Okay. Number 6 and I think it's 6 and 13 are very similar. I'll try to explain the difference, although they didn't give you a sentence that really helped with that. But fealty is a loyalty between slave and master. Okay, if a slave, slave or a serf demonstrates his fealty to his master, he does the work. He works the land that the master has given him and gives him a portion back, and will defend that land and defend the name of his master. That's fealty. All right, the relationship between servant and master. All right, fidelity, number 13. Fidelity is also faithfulness. but it's more where the two people are on equal ground. I spoke to a student about it, describing it as husband and wife. They demonstrate fidelity to each other. They won't have a relationship outside of their marriage. They're being loyal to each other, and it's or faithful to one another, and it's more of an equal status relationship. All right, serf and master, not so equal in status. Okay, coffee break. Number 7, feign. If you feign illness to stay home because you have a big old project or test due, that is called feign is to pretend. You act. All right. Um, Number 8, feisty. Feisty means you are um, energetic. You may be a feisty basketball player, so you're very aggressive, um, always trying to steal the ball, very, very energetic. Okay. Felicity is a noun, and felicity is another name for happiness. There was a TV show some time ago um, entitled Felicity. It was the girl's name, um, but it's happiness. All right. Um, felonious. Felonious comes from it's the adjective form of the noun felony. A felony we had that word in um, another class, another vocab lesson. Not in this class, but a different class had the word felony. Felony is a serious crime. All right. Um, it's not a misdemeanor. It's a crime that's punishable by prison time and severe fines. And so a felony, a felony goes on your record, and you have to write down on job applications and everything else if you got a felony. So felonious, a felonious action might be a serious crime. Okay. Page turn. Number 11, fester. Fester is a verb. You get a splinter and it begins to fester. It means it starts to get infected. Pus kind of builds up around it and that sort of thing. That's what it, and it constantly bothers you. Langston Hughes wrote a poem of Dreams Deferred, and he talks about a sore festering. Does a dream that you put aside, does it begin to fester like a wound, a sore? And what he's saying is, does it continue to bother you? You keep on thinking about it, but you don't go and do it. Does it bother you, pester you? Is it festering? All right. A fiat is a official order. So, Mr. Ness might give a fiat about a certain school day being canceled because everybody's encouraged to go watch the football game or something like that. Any official order. Fidelity we talked about. Filch. That's another word for stealing. Okay, if you filch somebody's pencil, means you nab somebody's pencil. Okay, and filial. Filial. It kind of goes along with fidelity and with fealty, more with fidelity. Filial is an adjective describing behaviors that one would expect from, a parent would expect from a son or a daughter. Okay? Um, Filial behavior would be, um, you know, spending time with parents at dinner or at breakfast, whatever your family decides. It's what a son would do, a son or a daughter would do for their parents. All right. Um, a filial act of um, maybe taking care of them when they're older. Okay. Um, just something that would be expected from a son or daughter. Okay. In line with their parents. Okay. Took my mom the other day to Sam's, and that was a filial act. It took some time because she has some she's just slower, all right, and so that would be a filial act. Certainly, I wanted to, but it's something that people I think would expect a daughter to do for her mother. Okay, all right. Anyway, I think we made it through, and let me take a quick look at the analogies. Number one, fresh and stale. Well, obviously antonyms. I'd rather have fresh bread than stale bread. Um, feign and fake, same thing. All right. If I feign illness to get out of school, or I fake illness to get out of school. Okay. And immaculate, immaculate means way clean. Spotless, very clean. So those two are the same. 1 and 2 are antonyms. Looks like number 3 are synonyms. Okay? And hope this helps you. Bye now.